All right. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. How are you? Welcome to hashtag live 365. We're back from Dallas. Back in the game, baby. Back in the game. Back at Studio B. It's probably getting old. I like that, though. Got a good ring to it. Get set up on Instagram here. What's going on? I don't know what happened to my mic and headphones, but they don't work. So we'll just use the old MacBook Pro default. Today, who's going to be first in with the comments? Happy Sunday. Feels like a Monday. I don't know why. What's going on over here? Shaking out the cobwebs. Slept great. Got a great night's sleep last night. So 79 on the sleep score, which might not sound great to you, but for me, it's great. Good to see you, Chris. Welcome. Michael Moeller breaking the tape this morning on Facebook. First one in. Here comes Jubal. Hope you guys had a safe trip back. Good to see you guys. It's good to get back from Dallas from the Job Tread Connect conference, if you will. 1,400 people there this year. Crazy. I don't know how they'll fit. I don't think they can grow anymore in that space. It's like crazy. Good morning, Dave Howard. What's happening? Stole me a Job Tread pillow up there on the for the bookcase, a little memorabilia. Actually, they truth told, they were giving them away. So I'm good. So good to see you guys. Tim, how are you? Tim Kasperzak. Coffee's good this morning. What's happening, guys? How has your weekend been? Patriots play today at 3. Yeah, sounds like the Bills got jobbed. I didn't see that. We started watching a little bit, but I was conking out on the couch, so it was over. Sleeping, standing up, so to speak. Jameson, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to doing it here. I did the Dallas Fort Worth Airport yesterday. Leaned up against the electrical closet. People looking at me funny, but I don't care. It gets done, right? The other times we did it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right there at the Renaissance Hotel in Dallas, Addison. So it was pretty cool. That was fun. Aaron Callie, good to see you. Hey, Wendy. What is going on, guys? Good to see you. Like I said, it kind of feels like a Monday. Maybe because I got back yesterday, kind of get teed up on some things. And Wendy held down the fort. She was ready to trade the dogs in when I got here. They're fun. They're super fun. Just let us know. Anytime you want to dog sit, let us know. We'll send them to you. So, yeah, hopefully you guys are doing your thing, staying the course. Good morning, crew. Have a warm and wonderful day. There's our Bills fan coming in. Diehard Bills fan, Dave Zemchek. Sorry to hear those guys didn't sneak away with that. So I don't know what happened. I didn't see the highlights. I just saw everybody complaining about the officials today, which tends to happen in the NFL. So follow the money. That's all I'll say about that. So anyway, guys, been talking about kind of pivoted this week to start a new one about kind of buying back your life. 10 days about buying back your life, getting your time back, and not wearing that busy badge as like a badge of honor. Good to hear you, Dave. Dave's going rucking to attempting. Yeah, doing. That's good, man. Don't slip and fall. Be careful out there. Got a bunch of snow here in Maine yesterday. 3, 4, 5 inches. Whatever. I felt fortunate to be able to fly in, to be honest. So it was good. So want to help you guys see which tasks are stealing your future today. Okay. Like I said, I don't know if you're starting the title. If I paid you $100 an hour, $100 an hour to run your business, would you keep doing what you did yesterday? Okay. So the question there, the statement there is like most owners are doing $20 an hour work while dreaming about $20 an hour results. Okay. With Steve and the guys, we call it doing $10 tasks, right? We want to get you away from doing the $10 tasks. Okay. And your calendar really tells the truth about your self-worth. Okay. Take a look at your calendar and where you're spending your time. High performers protect high value hours. They just do. Okay. Most owners spend prime time on low skill stuff, right? Got to do it. Got to knock this out. Nobody does it like me. Good morning, Lee Frisbee. Good to see you. Think about like your own audit of your time and how you spend your day. Take a look at, for me, it was like times I was out doing deliveries, stopping at Hancock Lumber and picking up 2x4s or, paperwork, small fires, things that weren't geared toward driving the business, weren't geared toward creating the vision, right? Meanwhile, big decisions waited. And I realized I was the most expensive admin in the company. I wasn't busy a lot of the times. I was just misallocated, if you think about it, right? So I ask you, how are you spending your time? Good to see you here, George, on Instagram. Love to see it. Welcome in. Yeah, I wasn't busy. I was misallocated a lot of the times. Don't get me wrong, guys. When just seeing George's name there, George is just getting going. So, George kind of has to do everything, right? But that doesn't mean that you accept that as the way it's going to be forever, right? Say, okay, so when I get somebody, when I have the ability to bring somebody on, these are the tasks that I'm going to unload, okay? And I want you to look through this. Like if you had a filter, let's call it the $100 filter, if you will, for the purposes of this discussion. If you ran everything through that lens and asked yourself, does it grow revenue? Does it protect margin? Does it help build leaders? And does it create freedom? Okay, if not, fails the test. Gone, out, all right? It also fails, good morning, Rachel. It also fails if it's a task like this, chasing materials, basic emails, scheduling minutia, redoing other people's work. There's a big one, right? Oh, they didn't do it right. I got to fix that. I got to take care of it. I got to go back to the job site, take care of something I paid someone to do already. So in the chat, guys, drop one task in the chat that you would that would never pass the $100 an hour test for you. Rachel, you just got here, so I was asking people if I paid you $100 an hour, would you operate the same way in your business? Probably not. You'd identify those tasks you feel are worthy of your time. And most people are doing $20 tasks. Okay, so what are your $20 tasks, $10 tasks, whatever you want to call them, that you need to get rid of? And if it doesn't grow revenue, protect margin, build leaders, or create freedom, we're getting rid of it. We don't want to be chasing materials. We don't want to be ordering basic stuff. We don't want to be scheduling the minutia, sitting in meetings for just a long time that produce nothing. Morning, Wiley. Good to see you this past week. Yeah, drop one task in the chat that would never pass that $100 per hour test if you looked at everything through that $100 an hour. Guys, most of you guys should be actually valuing your time at well above $100 an hour. Crazy as it sounds. Okay, so there's a shift that happens here. Okay, we could put all these tasks in one of four buckets. Okay, one, eliminate. So stop doing it completely. Stop doing it completely. Just stop. Number two is automate. Have a system that handles it. Okay, we have a system for that. Number three, delegate. Train someone to do it. Just train someone to do it so that you can get on to bigger and better things that move the needle, that capture revenue, okay, that build leaders. And then elevate. So it's only owner work. That's the stuff that you got to do, the things that elevate the business. So eliminate it, automate it, delegate it, or elevate it. Boom, elevate it to your desk. And that's fine. We want to be working on the things that protect margin, that grow revenue, that build leaders, and create freedom. And as I always say, you start a business for freedom. Most of us, like I want freedom. I want to call my own shots, pick my own hours. And then the first thing you have to check at the door every day when you go in is your freedom. Well, I guess 12 hours wasn't enough yesterday. I guess I'll work 14. Well, the football game isn't on until 3 today, so I know I can get 8 or 9 hours in. Right? That's a little different than saying, hey, let's take a couple hours and prep your week. Yeah. Lee says Monday morning, starting all machines, vehicles. Yeah. That needs to be someone else's task, Lee. Lee and I have been going back and forth on one of my Facebook questions about hiring somebody, right? That age-old thing. There just aren't any good guys out there anymore, all right? So don't accept that from yourself. That's what Lee and I have been talking about, right? Like, where are these guys? Where can we find them? They're not sitting on the couch. They're probably working for someone else, and you've probably run across them somewhere in your travels, or somebody that you know knows them. They're in your network, so find them. Okay, so bit of a task or takeaway or challenge here, like I usually do. So before tomorrow, like, move one task out of your life. I'm going to challenge you that, and then post it in here. Come back and post it when you do it. And Lee, that's a great one. Okay, if you've got help. Okay, if it's just you, then you got to do it, right? If you got help, say, hey, this is gonna go on your desk, so to speak, from now on. You handle it. You know. And I'm as guilty as anybody, because I know Wendy has more time and could help me with more things. It's just a matter of sitting down, saying, hey, this is how you chop up my podcast. This is how you post the reels. This is where I want them. Da-da-da-da-da. This is what I do. Bing, bang, boom. Write the process. Boom. So, hey, Wendy, maybe we can do that today. See how that goes? Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, pop in the chat the task you're gonna move first. What is it for you guys? Going to get rid of something. You know, there's something that you're doing that you probably shouldn't be doing, and you're just doing it because you always have. And like I always say, like, the answer to the question, why do you do it that way, has to be better than, well, it just goes the way we've always done it. It has to be a different answer. If that's the way you answer that question, then that stuff's in play. It's on the table. It's up for negotiation. Wiley, paying bills. Absolutely. Now, let's face it, as a contractor, a small business owner, we know why we hold on to the bill paying thing, right? Because we might not want to pay something immediately. It may have an effect on cash flow. But maybe there's a level there where, like, okay, when I have X in the business checking account, I'm unloading that. But I'm going to put some parameters and some boundaries in there where, like, hey, don't pay something if I'll just use 50K. If the account falls below 50K, I want a phone call before you pay anything over 5K, right? Just a little stopgap. It keeps you leading. It keeps you in the decision-making process, but not in the $5 or $10 or $20 task doing business. Okay. So guys, nothing changes if nothing changes with your business. Today's a great day. Like, it's a little snowy here in Maine. You know, it's a great day to just huddle up and think about the things that need to change. So freedom starts the minute you stop doing cheap work with expensive time, guys. You can have freedom in your business. You just gotta do the things that move the needle and get rid of the things that they're necessary, but not necessarily needing to be done by you. Okay, so eliminate, automate, delegate, elevate. Tim says client communications are at the top of my list to move right now. Training our team to take on more this season. Absolutely. And train that person that's doing the client communications, Tim, as well, right? Because we want that to be an extension of you, assuming that's a strength of yours. I don't know you well enough, but I assume that it is, and it's probably why you've been able to do as well as you do. Okay? But make sure that's an extension of you and check in on that, right? Because that's like handing somebody the keys to the car, right? If they're going to be talking to your clients, we want to make sure that communication is high level and quality and has a good cadence, right? Yeah, Wiley, paying bills. I love it. Yeah, who else is unloading anything? Anybody? Yeah. Well, guys, we had a good trip to Dallas. It was good at Job Tread. Rachel, you'd have loved it. Yeah, Tim, that's awesome. Thank you. You guys would have loved the Job Tread thing if you weren't there. so many good like educational sessions. And Eric is man, Eric, the owner, Eric Fortenberry, has really grown as a speaker. I just love hearing him speak now. And it's a fantastic job. And there were several coaching companies that like JobTread partners with several of us that coach, which is cool. There's Level 4 coaching. There's I think Remodelers on the Rise, Remodelers Advantage, Contractor Fight was there. We were there as Rosenberg Group. Steve spoke a couple times, did a breakout, did a Tread Talk. Tom Reber spoke on a Tread Talk. They both did a great job. And I can't remember the fella's name from Level 4 coach, but he did a great job too in the Tread Talk session. So it's good stuff. Good to hang out and watch that. And we got to connect with some new clients. Wiley, it was awesome. I mean, everything, like the food, the transportation, like these guys roll in. So they have it, I think they call it the big night out that on Wednesday night, take everybody out. They literally roll in to the hotel with 14 coach buses. These things are blacked out. They're like, it looks like some sort of famous artist rolled into town, right? And load everybody in coach buses and shuttle them over to we were over to this airplane museum where I'm like, I don't know where they're going to put 1,400 people, but they did it. And it was cool seeing all these planes and like history of flight and everything like that. So it was cool. And then I didn't attend the next night because, which was Bowl Arrow. Everybody went bowling, had a blast, but it was, I went out to dinner with Bailey and Tyler, which was great. And then the next night I got to attend my first Datey, DATEY event. So Bailey and her friend Abby do this Datey thing in Dallas. So getting people off the apps, and they put on these singles events. So as you might expect, I was sticking and moving and trying to avoid. It was a 35 plus event. Wendy says, I told Wendy, I said, I'll wear a name tag that says Bailey's dad. She said, no, you wear one that says Wendy's husband. But it was cool. We hung out at the check-in desk and watched everybody. And man, I'll tell you, I'm glad I'm not in that scene anymore. And lucky to have Wendy and be where I'm at. So Bob, are you running at all these days? Dave, that's an interesting question. The answer is no. But let me tell you, I came home. One of the things that I figured out when I was at JobTread, and it was during conversations with my friend Chris Ty, who's involved with the Rosenberg Group as well and helps us out. Chris he spent a lot of time in the service, as an accomplished guy, and he stays in shape, And I said to him, I said, Chris, and I know he's gone through some stuff with his business and personal, and I'm like, man, I told him, I said, I'm trying to do things at a high level. I'm live every day. I'm doing things consistently and modeling good discipline in certain areas. But the one area that has plagued me, mostly because of poor sleep, is getting back at it. Like Dave said, getting back at it. And right, Dave said that. Get back at it, doing the thing, and not throwing the workout over the shoulder in the name of world domination. And so I spent a good deal of time, and Chris had some good advice for me. He said, he goes, Chris, how do you do? He goes, just get on the treadmill and walk. I get out and walk. And he said, I never would have walked before, but now I walk. And Dave, like when you've run and you're a runner, or, for me, like endurance sport, walking is like, when am I going to walk? I might as well stay home. Right. So it occurred to me that I could walk. Right. But what's jammed me up a little bit, and this is more of an excuse than anything, I think, is that doing this live every day at 8. So I prep at 7. So I'll get in the shower, get out, boom, boom, read my outline that I put together, see how I'm going to sprinkle in my personal stuff with it so that it's something you guys enjoy and get something from. And I'm like, and it occurred to me, I also talked to Casey Fabling quite a bit and just asked him, because Casey's got a commitment where he's moving every day and 6 days a week. Yeah, I like that. And I talked to him kind of about the same thing and some other stuff. And I don't know when it came to me, but I'm like, what if I just moved my prep for this to the day before, the night before, right? Or it's the last thing I do at the end of my work day, the day prior. So that then I'm all set. Come on, I maybe have to quickly glance over it. and then I'm ready. And then I could come down here and commit 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. to me. And whether it's walk for a half an hour and lift or whatever, then I can pop upstairs, shower at 7, grab a bite to eat if I need to, get some water, get the protein drink in, and go. Because like if I'm not healthy, then I'm not doing this, right? Physically healthy. So so I decided that I would do the prep the day before, which I did. Excuse me. And then oftentimes I'm waking up early, so I decided to get to bed early. So get to bed early. And whether you guys, if you've heard me at all, you guys that know me know that I was diagnosed with sleep apnea a few years ago. So I've done the whole mask thing, done the whole like trying to put that on and get a good night's sleep. And if you're not sleeping right, guys, you're just not able to lead from the front. So I tried that for a while. It would piss me off and I'd tear it off. And so a couple of weeks ago, I decided to change my outlook on that and say, it's going on. If I only make it a couple hours before it comes off and I need a break, I'm going to do that. But then I'm going to put it back on when I regroup. So it's taken some work, but last night I was able to log 7 hours and 47 minutes with that mask on, which equated to a sleep number of 79, which, and I'm looking at, like, guys, when I was traveling, there was a 48, 52, 61, 40. When you're going to bed at 10, 11 o'clock, 8 late, up early, just a shit show, a whirlwind of just a cycle that it's hard to get out of. So bed early, mask on, try to log 6 to 8 hours with that equals a better sleep number, equals getting up between 5 and 6. So I woke up at 5 this morning, posted a podcast, did a couple other things, made a reel, had a cup of coffee. And I said 6 is my drop dead time. Like, if 1 hour of that stuff in the morning isn't enough, then somebody else can do it. Okay. Or I'll hire it out or whatever, but it's not going to be more important than me. So at 6, the rule now is, and today was day 1, I come down here. Today I walked 35 minutes on the treadmill, and then I just stretched and did some hip mobility and back flexibility work type stuff. And that was day 1. And Casey said something to me that hit home. He said, and he's moved for 100 and some odd days. I don't know how many, more than that. He said, a couple of days I only did my floor. And I said, what do you mean? He goes, well, he has a ceiling that he tries to hit, and he has a floor. So all I established today was the floor. Okay. And the floor is going to be 30 minutes of movement daily, 30 minutes of movement. And it's going to be just as important to me as this. So if I don't do that, I can't do this. All right. And that's what it was today. Worked up a sweat, got on the floor. Actually, I did lift a little bit, but just really, really light. And I'm just going to take this first month and establish some consistency using the same mindset that I established the consistency that has made this day 381 or something like that, 379. I don't know what day it is, but I'll check. So it's been interesting to me, like, how could I do the live thing almost 400 days in a row without fail, right? But pay for it with my workout. So I'm all done doing that. So today was day 1. And the other thing too is, like, sometimes, like, if you can get a partner, an accountability partner, or somebody to help you, that's great. Like, if Wendy comes down, great, even better. But you got to do it. You got to have the commitment to yourself, guys. You know that. I know that. So this is me saying, and I keep looking over here because that's where the treadmill is. And it's not a powered treadmill, guys. It's a ProForm curved treadmill. So if you don't lean forward and walk on it and walk properly, you're not moving. So you create the movement, which is great. So that's the baseline, the floor. So thank you, Casey. If you see this, thank you for that. Thank you, Chris Ty, for the chat. And you'll notice, guys, that those are just 2 people from the community that I'm involved in. So how important is that? it's the people around you, right, that you can look to when you're struggling and try to figure something out. Because it's all good stuff, right? Doing this every day is good, but it's not good if my blood pressure's up or my cholesterol's up or my weight's up where it shouldn't be, right? So we don't want that. So it just goes to show you that you could go really, really hard in one direction, but you got to make sure you check on the other. So yeah, Dave, thank you. I appreciate you, man. Rachel too. Yeah, thank you. Get the dog out, the day break. Yeah, get moving. So yeah, walking's humbling, but you know what? Like I was listening to the book. I don't have it. I listened to it on Audible, but the compound effect. Daryl Hardy, or Compound Effect, I think it was. And I listened to that on the way home, and he gave an example of, just maybe doing 2 other reps when you lift, or he gave a case study of one guy that just started walking and doing a few things, and another guy didn't do anything. And after a month, there really wasn't any difference. After 6 months, barely noticeable. After a year, kind of noticeable. After 2 years, guy number one had lost 31 pounds. Guy 2 had gained 31 pounds. So now there was 62-pound difference between these 2 guys that were about the same when they started. So that's the kind of stuff that's in my mind now. Not to mention that at age 56, got to pay attention to this shit, right? So all of this stuff up here doesn't matter today. Doesn't matter today. That's what I did. That's not what I'm doing. Okay. So anyway, hope that maybe gives you guys, shines a little light for you guys on where I'm at and where I'm going. I'm going to bring you guys along with me. And just like my sleep, I'm going to let you guys know how the workout went or what I did. Okay. Every day. All right. Because from now on, 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. is mine. Not to sleep, not to sit on the couch and drink coffee and do world domination. I'll do world domination during the day like a normal person. Okay. And the workday is going to go 8 to 5, not 4:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Okay. Thanks, Dave. I appreciate you. Thank you, Wiley. Yeah, I'm going to use you guys as my accountability partners. All right. If that's all right with you. You guys that are watching this on Rewind, I appreciate you. And, I really try to motivate and inspire and hold people accountable, and, sometimes when the student's ready, the teacher appears. It's that kind of thing, right? So I appreciate that, Rachel. I fight the same battles you guys do. I feel like in life I've accomplished a lot of things. I also feel like I'm just getting started, okay? Wendy, yay, workday hours. I'll get the hairy eyeball when that laptop opens, right? Yeah, no excuses, guys. Yeah, I appreciate it. I hope you guys are doing your thing too. It's a short trip we're on, guys, and you got to enjoy it, but you got to give yourself a great vehicle to enjoy it with. And Wendy and I have a lot of things we want to do and places we want to go, and we got exciting things coming up in the next few months that we're doing. And I don't want to be, staggering around like a fluffy guy, right? And it doesn't feel good, doesn't look good. It doesn't make me feel good about myself. And it's hard when it's not, you guys know I'm not a lazy guy, but when you're going so hard in one direction, sometimes some other things fall off. So be mindful of that. I hope this has been helpful. Yeah, put it on your calendar, figure out where it fits for you. And that's, I think, what I've been struggling with is I've been just grabbing those hours, like, I'll get out for a walk later. Well, I'll take that coaching call, or I'll shoot that podcast. We'll get that done. And, that'll move the needle, And so, but what I've been not focusing on is moving the needle for me physically. Okay. Dave says, I'm going through the same biggest challenges in life right now. Time to be strong. Yeah, exactly. And, Dave, they say for guys our age, and I know you're a little bit older than me, it's that strength training, right? And functional strength, and, just doing the basic stuff. And, what I sometimes do, will set a goal, and it's got to, okay, I'm gonna compete in a marathon or Ironman this year. That's not where I'm at right now. Not where I'm at right now. What I did is create a floor. And thanks to Casey saying that to me. Like, the floor is now, I move my body 30 minutes minimum. That's the minimum. And I know myself well enough to know that if I'm committed, once I'm kind of invested, right? I used to say, do the 10-minute rule. Like, get it, go for a walk for 10 minutes. Guaranteed you'll do 30, right? that's kind of like my 10-minute rule. My 30 is just, this is what I'm doing. Women too, strength training is huge. Yeah, it really is, Rachel, especially the older we get. And I don't see anybody 25 on here, so I know it'll land. Let's fucking go. And he says, we have it in us. Just start, include me. Yeah, exactly. And, you know, that's sometimes when I'm, and Wendy can tell you this, sometimes when I'm around somebody, I'm like, let's do this and let's do that, you know. But it really is right now needs to be Bob do this and Bob do that. Be accountable to myself, but also share it with you guys along the way. And we're just going to kind of add that to the 365. And that's just the way it's going to be, whether I travel or I don't. And that's kind of been the thing too. Oh, well, I'm traveling, you know, I'll get up early. I'll do the live. I'm going to get on a plane. Well, I'll grab a quick sandwich at Starbucks at 4:45 in the morning and a coffee. And now you're just like everybody, every other piece of cattle, you know, staggering along, hitting the carbs, supplementing it with caffeine or energy drinks and getting through. But so anyway, we're gonna bust it back to zero here, get feeling good. And guys, this hasn't been a year of feeling like this for me. I did my last Ironman in 2019, and I don't feel like I've felt right since, you know. And so I feel like I've kind of had one oar in the water the whole time. So I motivate myself by saying, imagine what I could do if I felt good. So that's what I'm going to do. And I feel good today. So with that, I'll let you guys go. I've got actually a fun thing going on today. A friend of mine from school, high school, Paul Rumo, is in town. He grew up like one street over from where I live right now. I have not seen Paul since 1987. So that's what, 38 years, something like that. Is that right? 38 years. Dude's coming to my house. We're going to have some coffee. We're going to crush a podcast. I got the camera set up over here already. And he's a cool dude. And he's a guy that I looked up to a lot in school as a leader. And so when I was thinking about him today and thinking about what I want to talk about and questions I have for him, I got to thinking it's like probably one of the earliest people that showed me what leadership looks like, you know, as a kid, you know, as a fellow young man. So I'm excited about that. We're gonna crush some coffee and catch up, but we're gonna do most of it right on a podcast. So that's gonna be fun. So looking forward to that. Get some stuff done here around the house, and if that goes well, maybe check out the Patriots at 3 p.m. and then prep for tomorrow for this before day's end, and I'll be ready. And tomorrow is day 2 of my friend over the the treadmill. But guys, if you saw what I have in this basement, like you would die. Like the equipment that's here is absolutely no excuse to not be in good shape. So it's really just up here. So we're tackling that right now. I like to share where I'm at with you guys just to help you realize that you're not in it alone. We're all in this together. We're all pulling on the same end of the rope. I want you guys to win. I want to win. Okay. So if this was helpful today, share it out. I appreciate it. Didn't really plan on going that direction today, but it kind of felt it in my heart to share it with you guys, just to kind of also kind of say it publicly, plant my flag, and say enough's enough. Time to feel good. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. If you need me, reach out, hit me up. Thank you, Wendy. I love you, and it's good to be home. All right, we'll see you guys. Take care. Have a great day.